Okay, if you are making this mistake about fat loss, two things. One, no longer should you be confused about why you're not successfully cutting fat. And two, it makes me want to rip my hair out. Please spare me because I want to keep my hair. So that's this. The most common reason why people fail at fat loss and it goes down and up and down and up and it's yo-yo for years and years is because they're killing their metabolism when they try and cut weight. So I'm going to give you 3 tips by the end of the video, 3 strategies, so you can stop doing that and figure out how to consistently, long-term sustain that fat loss. Number one reason why people crush their metabolism, they're not doing this on purpose, but the thing is, people, when they crash diet, they lose muscle. Muscle is the single biggest driver that you can control of your resting metabolic rate. So if you lose muscle while you're dieting, then your metabolism goes down. And it just happens. It happens if you do insane amounts of cardio and starve yourself. It's going to happen. And that's something that it's just not really it doesn't belong in a long-term strategy for fat loss because of that fact that it will crush your metabolism. So tip number 1 is, if you want to sustain fat loss long term, is you have got to train heavy. You've got to lift heavy weights and pick them up in the gym or outside the gym. It could be your body weight. Whatever it is, you got to train heavy. And I know that if you're a lady, you might not like that advice because you're worried about getting bulky. And that's a fair point. That's a valid concern because that really happened to me. I lifted heavy once or twice or 3 times, and I woke up one day and I was just like massive. I mean, I was like this huge bodybuilder guy. It was crazy. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, that doesn't happen. The only people that ever say that are people that have not tried to build muscle in the past. They don't realize how hard it is. Guys, it's really hard. It takes time. It takes years and years and years of consistent effort of lifting really heavy things and eating at a calorie surplus, not at a calorie deficit. So you're not going to get bulky, but the thing is, the heavier you train, an added benefit aside from the fact that you'll maintain and even build a little bit of muscle is that training heavy stimulates your metabolism temporarily. So you can increase the amount of calories you're burning just sitting around by over 20% for a full 24 hours or more after a strength training routine. So incorporate strength training. Of course, I want you doing aerobic training as well, just because it's good for your health. But the health benefits of strength training are just as compelling as the health benefits of cardio training. So number 2 reason why people are killing their metabolism, 1 was they lose muscle. 2 is because they try and go a little bit too fast and they do crash dieting. You say, I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 2 weeks, which you totally can do. The only problem is a lot of that 10 pounds is going to be water weight and muscle weight. That's bad. And on top of that, you'll lose some fat, but it really restricts your metabolism. It hurts your metabolism long term. It hurts it bad enough that even if you get your body weight back up, which you will, you'll go down and then you'll come right back up. You know what I'm talking about because you just destroyed your metabolism. Guess what? Even back at your old weight, your metabolism will be even slower than it used to be. So if you ever wondered why you keep going up in weight over the years, it's because you lose muscle and it's because you are crash dieting, and that hurts your metabolism long term. So tip number 2 for avoiding that, restrict your weight loss to no more than 1% of your body weight per week. At the most, 0.5% to 1% is a really good range to be in. And, it takes a little bit more patience, but really not much. Like, you can lose so much weight in the next 6 months, in the next year, just by going 1%. And it will keep you from crushing your metabolism so hard. And tip number 3, guys, is practice what's called intermittent calorie restriction, which is basically the idea of, instead of continuous calorie restriction, where you go on a diet for a month or 2 months or 3 months, what I want you to do is switch it up. So For example, one style would be one day you restrict your calories, you cut calories. The next day you go at calorie maintenance. Then the next day, restrict calories. Next day, calorie maintenance. That's one idea. You could go every other day. You could go every 2 days. You could do a week on, a week off. But guess what? This is cool. You guys are going to be glad you listened to Johnson Ryan for this one. Studies show that intermittent calorie restriction, like I just described, will produce the same fat loss benefits as continuous calorie restriction. Meaning, out of a week, you could restrict your calories every single day, or you could just restrict them every other day. You'll still get the same weight loss. And on top of that, intermittent calorie restriction is better for maintaining lean muscle mass, which is another reason why it'll help your metabolism. So, those are 3 strategies for you guys. 1, train heavy. Don't be worried about building muscle. It's awesome for your health. It will increase your metabolism both temporarily and long term as you maintain and increase your lean muscle tissue. Number 2, keep your weight loss at 1% of your body weight or less per week. Number 3, practice intermittent calorie restriction instead of continuous calorie restriction. You'll see better results. You'll see quicker results. You won't lose as much muscle. And all these things are part of playing the long-term strategy game with your fat loss. I know sometimes we get in the short-term mindset and we get a little bit greedy and we're like, yeah, I want this right now. And you can have it. You can have it if you're willing to be patient and play the long game. You play the long game, you'll end up with results. You keep trying to play the short game, and you're going to crush your metabolism every single time. It's just not the best long-term strategy. So I hope those 3 tips serve you. Try them out. Let me know how it goes. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to this channel. I'll give you more free videos like this every single week. And can't wait to see you guys coming up.